Melissa, who is Hendrix's owner, is in hospital.
On this week's Bondi Vet Top 5.
Okay, you're okay. No.
The front part of his jaw has just been crushed.
Scruffy came and he just jumped on us.
Dogs can really change after something like this.
In the number 5 spot we have...
Hey guys, come on through.
On the Gold Coast, a distressed puppy is being rushed in.
Oh, he's shaking, little chap.
And Dr. Alex urgently needs to find out what's happened.
What's your little pup's name?
Hendrix.
Hendrix.
The puppy has been viciously attacked by an 80-kilogram bull mastiff. His owner Melissa was so badly injured trying to break up the fight, her sister Alexandria has had to take over and get treatment for Hendrix.
She's so concerned about her puppy. She didn't care about herself. She didn't even want us to take her to the hospital. She was like, just take the puppy to the vet.
On talking to Alexandria, I find out more of the real story. Melissa, who is Hendrix's owner, is in hospital. She tried to get Hendrix out of the jaws of the other dog.
It's all right.
She's been badly injured and she might even lose a finger. I can only imagine how frightening that experience must have been, but it just shows you what people will do in that situation to save their pet. And it just pinned him down? Or...
Oh, we don't know.
God, that must have been traumatic for you. You did really well to get here. And what we're going to do with little Hendrix now is give some pain relief. We need to try to get him to feel a little bit better, and he's shaking and in shock at the moment. Let's assess his injuries and then we can work out what we're going to need to do to help him. All right?
I think I'm still a bit in shock. I wasn't expecting to hear my sister scream like that. I don't think it's registered yet. The whole thing about what's gonna happen to my sister. I don't know if she's okay. I don't know. We just left her and brought the puppy here.
This is such a challenging situation to be faced with. I've got a really upset family, a traumatised little puppy, and the possibility of an unknown number of injuries. I think we just start with some vital signs. Yeah. Then we'll go over him, see if we can work out exactly where he's been attacked. Oh, his heart's racing. I really think that's just got to be the shock.
Now that the distressed little pup has been given pain relief, Alex and vet nurse Kate can start taking a closer look at his injuries.
Let's try and get this collar off if we can. Really want to check him all over, see exactly where these puncture wounds are and how bad the damage is. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. See them, hey? Stand up, yeah. He really doesn't want to stand up, does he? Let's have a look under here. Hey. Little ones here, but they're very superficial. They don't even fully go through the skin by the look of it. I'm looking over Hendrix and I'm seeing some red marks, but I'm not seeing any deep puncture wounds. And that's surprising because Alexandria is telling me that Hendrix has been attacked by a much bigger dog. Yeah, I'm thinking we're actually going to have to clip his hair off to make sure that we're not missing them because I can't see them. Oh, what's that? I'm just going to clip that hair away from that area. Oh, there we go. There's wounds there, but they're not full thickness puncture wounds. You can never be complacent with dog bites. We're going to need to clip further and make sure that there's not more damage there. Here are your bite wounds. I think we really want to clip up this area here because this is where I was really worried. Can you clip that hair off?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's a tooth mark. That's just gone right through. We're definitely going to need to look into that, clean that out. There's a deep puncture wound from a tooth and that fits in with exactly what Alexandria has been telling me, which was that Hendrix was bitten across the stomach by the big dog. One thing I'm worried about is whenever you've got one puncture wound, there's often another one, the other side of the bite.
From that full grab, both sides?
Yeah. So we're going to have to keep looking and see if we can find any more.
I just need to do a little bit on your
Can you
other
roll him
side,
over?
baby. Look at that bruising already.
Yeah, you can actually see that. Can you see that, where that's all swollen? Big concern with dog bites is that if a tooth pierces through into a body cavity, it can damage organs, it can set up nasty infections. That's what we're really worried about. I think that's the other side of the grab.
Where he's grabbed him?
Yeah, he's got one tooth in there. This one hasn't actually broken the skin, but he's lifted that whole area off.
So bruised.
Yeah. This means that we're going to have to anaesthetise Hendrix and surgically explore this wound to see how deep it goes. Will you go over? Heavy. All right, Tiff, can you just help me get him up there? The first thing we're going to do is ultrasound Hendrix and make sure there's no evidence of internal bleeding with this kind of trauma. So just looking up under the diaphragm, around the liver. All I'm looking for is any free fluid. Generally in a trauma patient, if you're seeing free fluid in the abdomen, it's blood. The good news is at this stage, I'm not seeing anything like that. So hopefully we've got nothing to worry about internally, and we've just got to deal with these wounds. That looks really good, actually. It's good news, the ultrasound's clear and there's no evidence of internal bleeding. So now we're going to anaesthetise Hendrix and surgically explore this bite wound, see how bad it really is. Hi, is that Melissa?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Melissa, it's Dr. Alex Hines here. I'm the vet that's looking after Hendrix. He has got one puncture wound in particular that we're going to need to treat surgically.
Is it the one on the tummy that's bad?
Yeah, it's the one on the tummy that we're most concerned about.
I knew. That's when I panicked, when he got him on his belly.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the big dog has just picked up a whole heap of skin and that's
not
where...
like anything internal.
That's right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So, how are you doing?
I'm at the hospital because it might have gone through my middle finger. Like, I've got bite marks on all of my fingers. I'm trying to pull his mouth open.
Wow, Melissa, that was incredibly brave to put yourself between the big dog and Hendrix.
I'm just wanting him to be okay.
Yeah, I'll give him a big hug for you, okay? You take care, Melissa.
Thank you. Bye.
Poor Melissa, I just feel so sorry for her. She's worried about herself, her hands have been badly injured, and now she's also got to worry about Hendrix. All right, my friend, are you ready to go off to sleep? I want to make sure it doesn't penetrate into a body cavity, but I also need to clean out any infection out of the wound. What I'm going to do now is explore these bite wounds that I've found so far and make sure that it doesn't go into the chest cavity. While he's asleep, we'll go over him from head to tail, make sure we haven't missed anything. These ones under his neck, they look really superficial, but I said that before.
You never
and we
know.
found that puncture wound, didn't we? So I reckon we take all of that hair off.
And see what's under there.
Yep. It almost looks like he's been scratched there, Tiff. It's just, that's nasty abrasions there, but there's nothing that goes full thickness through the skin. It would be quite painful.
Satisfied there are no more puncture wounds, Alex begins to explore the bite on Hendrix's abdomen.
You see that? I think I'm just gonna make an incision, open that up and see what's underneath. It's really important to open up bite wounds because we don't know what's underneath. There could be hair, saliva, dirt. If I leave that behind, it's going to lead to a nasty infection.
How far does it go?
It looks like it's just the muscle, which is great. The major puncture hole that I was worried about, it doesn't go anywhere other than into the muscle. It doesn't go into the chest. That was my biggest concern. This is great news for Hendrix. It means he won't need any major surgery. I think he'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Okay, let's close this down.
But just as they're about to close, Hendrix begins to take a turn for the worse.
Can we just do a Doppler on this dog? Yeah.
Moment of truth, Tiff.
Just gone from 72 to 57.
Hendrix's blood pressure has been dropping under anaesthetic. Nothing too serious, but every anaesthetic carries a risk. And the sooner we can wake him up, the better.
We need to stitch up and get out of there.
You okay? Come together pretty nicely.
That's good.
It's time for you to wake up, my friend. Pop you back to bed and have a good night's sleep. Hopefully your mum's having a good night's sleep as well. It's been a rough day for everybody, I think. You're gonna wake up? Oh, now put powder on you.
You're okay, baby. You're
Hey,
okay.
lady, you're awake. Hopefully when he wakes up, he'll just think it's all a bad dream.
Like a horrible nightmare. I hope
Yeah.
he doesn't remember.
We know that Hendrix is going to be okay physically. What I don't know is psychologically what the damage can be. When puppies are attacked like this, it can really traumatise them and it can affect how they interact with dogs later in life. Good boy. Hey, my man. Time to go home.
24 hours after being attacked by another dog, Hendrix is well enough to go home.
I think there's people here who want to see you. Look who's here. As I come into the consult room with Hendrix, there's family everywhere, and Alexandra is actually capturing the moment on her phone so she can share it with her sister Melissa.
Who's that? Who's that?
He's made an amazing recovery. After one day, Hendrix is looking so much better. He's bright, his tail's wagging and he's giving kisses. It's hard to imagine that yesterday he was brutally attacked. He must be sore, but you wouldn't know it. He's just got so much love to give. He's been getting lots of cuddles, but I don't think it's quite the same as cuddles from his auntie.
Yuck. Yucky. It's looking so good. I'm so happy. And I'm so proud of my sister. She was so brave to stand in front of such a big dog. And he wouldn't be here today if that wasn't her bravery.
And really, he's been so happy. I mean, I know we were worried yesterday about whether he'd been traumatised, but honestly, he has been so great today. He's been good even around the other dogs, around all the people. So, you know, I'm hoping that he can just put this behind him.
Really so.
How's Melissa doing, Alex?
As good as he is. That's the thing that's been really stressful today. We don't know that she's going to be okay or if her hand's going to be okay.
She saved Hendrix's life. That's an incredible thing to do. He's a lucky little puppy. I'm sending Hendrix home with a cone of shame. Now it's to stop him getting to the wound, but he's having a little bit of trouble getting used to it.
Hey.
He's exploring.
Hey.
We'll see you later. Hey, you take care, Mr. Frillneck Lizard. You stay happy. You gotta go and cheer your mum up. That's what she needs now. All right.
Thank you.
See you guys. You take care, okay?
Number 4.
Sweetie pie.
At the Bondi Referral Hospital sash, little Sachi is putting on a brave face after being savaged by another dog.
Was she picked up by the dog?
She was in a jaw lock.
Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll just take her out the back and just have a look at her.
Sachi saw another dog and this dog was it's a lot larger than Sachi, quite a vicious dog, and started attacking Sachi and had Sachi in a headlock, and it was gruesome to see. It was vicious. It's heartbreaking. It's devastating.
Can I get a hand here? This dog was attacked by another dog. All right, sweetie.
Oh, she's really scared. It's okay, baby.
Whatever dog has attacked Sachi in the park has really injured her. She's in a lot of pain and she could have quite extensive injuries.
It's okay, you're okay. No, it's okay, baby. So
She's really protective over that shoulder. She's just too sore at the moment. Let me touch the leg? Or not?
Sachi's distressed owners, newlyweds Mel and Ben, can't believe how a walk in the park has turned into such a nightmare.
In a situation like this, you almost go into survival mode, or, you know, it's just gut instinct. You do everything and anything you can just to get your animal out of that situation.
Quite a scary thing to sit there and witness, yeah.
Okay, honey, can we see what's happened? Can you let me have a look? All right, doll. Really not bearing any weight on that leg, are you, honey? The things we worry about with dog attacks are crushing injuries and puncture wounds. Puncture wounds can be like the tip of the iceberg. So on the outside, we can just see a little puncture, but underneath, a lot of damage can be done.
Okay,
You're all right.
you didn't want to be like that?
We're not touching it. You're okay.
It's okay. You're okay.
You're all right.
It's okay. It's okay. Good girl. Good girl.
Poor little Sachi is so terrified. She's just been attacked by a dog. She's completely traumatized, and now she's got a really sore area over her chest. Good girl, hon. Good girl. Take her, hon.
Okay. It's okay, Mum, it's okay.
You all right?
It's okay. I know, it's a bit scary.
I'm just going to give Sachi some pain relief before I get anywhere near that wound. She's really, really sore and she's not letting us have a closer look at it. Okay.
I'm gonna make you feel better, okay? It's all right. Good girl. Good girl, Sach. Here you go. Very brave.
Good girl. You'll feel much better now, honey. All right, we won't touch you till that kicks in. Good girl. Hi, come through.
While Sachi's pain settles, Lisa reassures distressed owners Mel and Ben, who witnessed the terrifying attack.
It all happened in a few moments. So Sachi, I mean, they saw each other. Sachi went up, you know, a bit of a yap, as she does, and the other dog just attacked, just went for it.
You poor things, it's really traumatic.
And you almost feel a little bit guilty.
Yeah. I'm looking at Ben and Mel and I can see how traumatized they are. It must have been so frightening to see their precious little girl in the jaws of another dog, feeling helpless, like there's nothing they can do. And all they want now is for their little girl to get better, and they want us to do everything that we can. She's got a puncture wound. It's not like a big gaping open wound, but it's a couple of puncture wounds there and then very tender over her shoulders. But I'd still recommend we do an x-ray of her chest just to make sure that everything looks normal. It's much safer to keep her in if you can, so that we can observe her. If things go badly, we can pick it up instantly and get on top of it before it becomes a big drama. But she's going to come home. She'll come home eventually. She might need to stay here for a little bit, but we'll get her back to you. Okay? Yeah. All right. Hi, Miss Sachi. No jumping out. You give Mummy a cuddle.
No, it's okay. No.
Give me a sort of fright.
Oh, that does look bad. No, it's okay, Sachi. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, Sach. We're going to look after you, darling. We'll look after her, I promise. All right, darling.
It's okay,
We're just going to put this on you so that we can have a look. I'm just putting a muzzle on Sachi because she's really, really sore. I've given her some pain relief, but I want to make sure that I can have a look at that area without her trying to bite.
The petrified pooch needs a lot of gentle coaxing.
Little Sachi has been through so much in the last few hours. She's been attacked by a dog 4 times the size of her, been thrown around like a rag doll, and now she's in a vet hospital being poked and prodded around, and she is in agony. Yes, honey, can I have a look at your leg?
Okay. It's okay.
I think what we're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. The skin wound doesn't look too bad, but I think it's the damage that's underneath there that's causing our problems.
It's okay, baby. I know, it's a little sore.
Okay, it's a shoulder. It's a shoulder. All right. I'm also really worried about Sachi's leg. She really doesn't like me touching it at all. I think what we're going to have to do is take an x-ray of her and examine her under sedation. Oh, look at this bruising. Oh, darling, that looks really sore. Hey, your doggy really got you.
Little Sachi is now anaesthetised, so Lisa can finally get a really good look at her injuries.
Now that she's asleep, we'll be able to get some proper x-rays. X-rays of her chest actually look all right. It doesn't seem like that dog has punctured into her chest, which is a good thing. Now I'm just worried about the actual wounds and that shoulder. Sachi's x-rays don't show any obvious abnormalities. There are no signs of fractures or breaks in the bones. I'm worried that she might have some torn muscles or torn ligaments that are causing her not to be able to use that leg properly. I need Andrew, one of our surgeons, to have a feel and see what he thinks.
God, it's really swollen in here.
Just baffled to work out why she's in so much pain.
With the swelling over this area here, she's had a nasty bite to the pectoral muscles just in there. And I think that might be contributing to the feeling a little bit floppy. She's certainly got a little bit of ligamentous damage in here, but I wouldn't be rushing to surgery in the first instance. I think we just need to give it a little bit of time and then reassess.
Okay. So Andrew's examined Sachi and it looks like her injuries are not surgical at the moment. She has done a lot of soft tissue damage to that right shoulder. So we're going to flush out that wound, keep monitoring her and hope that she doesn't deteriorate. Hey, Sachi! Guess what time it is, hon? Time for you to go home. Do you want to go home? Come on. Oh, good girl, Sach. I know, we won't touch the leg. That's a girl. Oh, good girl. Hey, how's that looking? Hey, that's so much better.
At Sash, it's good news for brave little Sachi. Her bite wounds are on the mend and she's well enough to go home.
Should we go see Mum? And see Mum? Let's go.
Owner Mel can't wait to be reunited with her little girl.
The whole dog attack incident has been extremely hard. It's made us really realise that anything can happen in a split second and just how, precious, a life is. So just can't wait to have her home.
Oh, look who's there. Hello. Oh, Sachi. As we walk down the corridor and she sets her sights on Mel, Sachi practically jumps out of my arms, starts running around the place like this little puppy, so excited to see her mum.
It's good to pat her. She's so crazy excited though.
But the experience doesn't seem to have tempered the tough pup.
Sachi.
Clearly she hasn't learned her lesson.
Sachi, what did we talk about? As I'm sitting here explaining to Mel Sachi's home care, Sachi starts yapping and barking at every dog that walks into the waiting room. Mel has got a big job ahead of her to control this little one. Hey, you're going to be on a lead all the time, I know that. If you keep behaving like this, no more dog parks. That's it.
Sachi, no barking, no barking. No barking?
You've already been chomped, you don't want it happening again. No, you don't. You've been very lucky this time. If you go do that to another big dog, things could be a lot worse. You're lucky it was just your leg.
Come on, say goodbye.
You're gonna be a good girl for Mummy? You be a good girl, okay? You be a good girl.
Thank you for helping me.
Our pleasure.
Me.
You're a very lucky girl. My job is done here. I feel confident that Sachi's physical injuries will heal with time.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
and
you.
I hope it never ever happens again. But it's Mel that's got a big job ahead of her to train Sachi to make sure that she never picks a fight with a big dog ever again.
Where's my little girl? Where's my little girl?
This week's number 3.
We have a big bull mastiff and he bit Napoleon and just threw him to one side.
At Sash, 9-week-old Napoleon is in agony after suffering shocking facial injuries.
You could tell that he'd been hurt because he'd scream like a little girl, a very high-pitched squeal. It was horrifying.
At the front, his teeth look like they've all been separated. His jaw's coming forward and then he's got some teeth there and some teeth at the back.
Leslie and Lucy have owned their other dog Diesel for 6 years. Now they've been forced to make a heartbreaking decision.
I'm really worried that he might bite someone. So I've sent him to my sister, so she's going to look after him. Well, it's better to be safe than sorry, and I mean, there was probably only the other alternative, and I couldn't do that.
Oh no, did you get beaten up? Hey? Oh dear, what's he done? I know. It's obvious that he's got a broken jaw. It's just a matter of exactly how it's broken, how many pieces it's in. I'm a little worried that it's going to be smashed, and I just don't know what we're going to do if there's no bone there for me to put pins into. Big brute of a mastiff.
It's kind of...
Oh, darling. Oh, sweetheart. No, it's not that bad. It's a really nasty little fracture. In a way, he's lucky that's all that's happened, because if the dog had bitten him a little further back, he might have punctured his brain and that'd be the end of it. I'm going to try and put some pins in the front here, but that bone's it's pretty soft. I don't know how much holding power we'll get, but we'll see. Poor little bugger. The front part of his jaw has just been crushed. There's just not a lot for me to work with here, so it's a challenge. He's going to be on jelly and ice cream for a while. The fracture's not stable yet, so we're just going to connect up these pins with this putty, and then it'll form one sort of solid frame. Once we've got the putty on the pins, that's the critical bit, because once that sets, we can't move it. So now the whole jaw is working as one, and there's no wobble in it anymore. There's a bit of swelling in here, partly as a result of the pins going in, and that's going to be a little bit of concern for us. So we'll have to watch him pretty carefully for the next couple of hours as he's waking up. Oh, little one.
It's been 3 hours since the delicate surgery on Napoleon's shattered jaw. Finally, the little pug has recovered enough to be allowed a visit from owners Leslie and Lucy.
It'll be a bit of a shock for you, because he's got this sort of contraption on his face. Oh. Here you go. I know. There you go. Say hello to your mum.
Oh my God. What have you got on your face?
Yes.
Just really sad to see all that round his face. It's just so little.
The operation has been a success, but Napoleon will have to be fed by syringe for at least the next 3 weeks.
So you just give him a slow little trickle, just like you would feeding a baby, really.
I really didn't expect him to survive. I really didn't. Now look at him, huh? Now look at him.
Isn't he just the cutest?
Give it a bit of a lick, yeah.
Righto, Napoleon. Oh, you having a sleep, mate? It's time to go home.
Just 3 days after surgery to fix his fractured jaw, Napoleon has made a remarkable recovery.
Here we go. Go home to your mum. It looks really confronting, but the fracture's now stable, it can't move anywhere, and he's much more comfortable. He's a much happier little guy. You've got a Chris Brown jaw now. Come on, we'll take you home.
Outside, a relieved Leslie and Lucy are arriving to pick up their baby pug. But despite the great result,
come on, all right. We'll find your mum.
There's a lingering sadness for Leslie. It was her other dog Diesel who attacked Napoleon, and she's been forced to find him a new home.
I've had Diesel for 7 years, and I know I'm going to cry, and I've had to give him to my sister. When the little fella gets older, I'll probably try and get them to be friends again.
Who's that?
Hello.
Come to get you, little
You're coming home.
It will take at least 3 weeks before Napoleon can finally get rid of that annoying scaffolding.
Napoleon's really come out of this pretty well, considering, you know, if he'd have been bitten 2 centimetres further back in his head, he'd be dead.
Number 2.
Serena,
Yep.
There's the paperwork for Master.
Thank you.
Okay. This big dog has just come and taken a massive grip around the top of his chest and has literally torn the skin open. It's just awful.
8-month-old Scruffy has just been mauled by a pit bull terrier.
He was just shaking him like a rag doll.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I was screaming and crying. It was terrible.
Lisa places a catheter into Scruffy's leg so she can pump in pain relief and antibiotics.
You are the bravest dog I know.
Bacteria from the pit bull's mouth could start a major infection under Scruffy's skin.
It's just amazing. How did you get him off?
A man come with a screwdriver and pried open his mouth.
Oh my God.
I tried to open his mouth too and I got bitten.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, very scary. Very scary.
So
But I don't know what we would have done if that guy hadn't have come with a screwdriver.
He would have been dead. He would have been dead.
The next step is to get some x-rays of his chest to make sure that the punctures actually haven't gone right into his chest and in his lungs. Okay, so the chest x-rays actually look pretty normal, which is good. His lungs are nicely inflated, and I can't see any signs of it actually puncturing the chest. So that's good news for Scruffy. So he's had some strong pain relief, so he's going to be a little bit drowsy. And you can give him a cuddle.
Scruffy will need an operation so Lisa can fix his terrible wounds.
You okay?
But until the little terrier is stable, a general anaesthetic is too big a risk. The next 24 hours will be critical.
I thought he was going to be a bit lifeless, but he's all right.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to look after him. Hopefully get him back to you as soon as we can.
Lisa is assessing the extent of Scruffy's shocking wounds.
I've got dogs whimpering all around me and Scruffy hasn't made a peep.
Lisa is assessing the extent of Scruffy's shocking wounds.
I've got dogs whimpering all around me and Scruffy hasn't made a peep, and considering what he's been through, what's happened to him tonight, he is one brave little dog.
Sweetheart, I know it's a bit ticklish and it's on your sore bits. You're a good dog.
Not only that big laceration on the back. Clipping this, I'm really starting to see how much trauma he's actually sustained. He's got puncture wounds on the front of his chest, not only that big laceration on the back, but the dog's got him around the front as well, and he's developing some massive bruising around the underside of his neck. Now, I'm not saying that all pit bulls are savage dogs. Obviously, a dog's temperament depends on their upbringing and their environment and their breeding. And I'm sure most pit bulls at home are lovely dogs. The problem is, in this case, that the dog was not controlled. It should have been on a lead and it attacked Scruffy. Now, the worry is that it could attack a child, and that's just not on. Let me lie down.
Finally, the painful wound is flushed out with saline to remove any bacteria that could cause a dangerous infection.
Why don't you lie down? I'm not rushing to stitch that wound up immediately because we need to make sure Scruffy's stable before he goes under an anaesthetic. If he goes under an anaesthetic while he's not stable, that could be life-threatening. So we need to hold off until he improves a little bit.
Brave Scruffy has stabilised enough to go to surgery.
Look at him.
It's amazing.
It's just unbelievable. He is seriously lucky that he hasn't broken his neck. He wouldn't be here with us today if that had been the case. It's just mind-blowing.
Lisa now begins her patch-up job on Scruffy. The skin on his neck has been torn away from the muscles underneath. A drain is being inserted to make sure fluid pockets can't form under the wound.
The drain is going to have to stay in for about 3 days just to allow the fluid to come out, and we've just got to monitor the area for excessive swelling, discharge, any signs of infection, because that's going to be our biggest risk at the moment. Oh, it's awake now. Oh, look at your tongue. Put it back in your mouth. Put it inside. Oh,
Scruffy will now be put on a long-term course of antibiotics, but Lisa believes there may be much tougher healing issues.
Good boy. Dogs can really change after something like this. You know, one traumatic experience can be ingrained in their mind forever, and there is a chance that they'll never be the same dog again. Your tongue's still out. You're sticking your tongue out to that pit bull. Hey, saying ha. Have a rest. Have a rest. Hey, bud. Look, there's no other dogs around.
Pitbull attack victim Scruffy is going home, but the experience is still haunting him.
Hey, you're so scared. It's all right, darling. Looking at him now, I mean, he seems really nervous, just unsure of everything around him. It's going to be one of those things that time will tell if he'll ever be back to his normal self again. You'll get your confidence back. It's all right, darling. You're a good boy.
Yes, I am angry. I woke up angry. I rang our local council and I reported it. And the ranger, it's in the ranger's hands at the moment. But they have to try and find this man with his dog. So I'm just waiting to hear from the ranger, see what happens.
Good boy. Where's Mum? Where's Mum? Hello.
Hello, my darling.
There you go.
Oh, hello, sweetie. Missed you so much.
He is being like a little soldier, not making a sound, not showing us any signs of pain. Like, he is just so brave. He's honestly, I've never met such a stoic little dog. The whole situation with Scruffy is just, it's really unbelievable. I cannot believe that he survived, and that's what just astounds me, and I just think it's a miracle.
Ready to go home, little man? Hey.
And this week's number 1.
Oh, look at this. Here.
So just tell me what's happened.
Staffy came and he just jumped on us.
Okay.
There was 4 of us there trying to get him off.
Yeah.
4 of us, and we couldn't make him let go.
Can you tell him? Obviously, he's been grabbed at the back here. Where else was he grabbed?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't stop, and I was shaking him like he was a piece of rubbish.
I'm doing my best. We're just trying to assess what state he's in right now, and then work out a plan from there. Okay. But we're looking after him.
Please, I love him.
What's his name?
Garfield.
Garfield has been mauled in a local Bondi park by a Staffordshire Terrier.
He's just going to pick up on your vibes right now, unless you can just keep calm.
I'll send him. Okay, look at him, he's covered in the saliva.
Yeah, I know.
Rita is the tiny Maltese Terrier's owner.
Is he going to be all right?
All right. So we're going to do, we're going to take him at the back now and just give him some injections.
Can I come with you?
He'll be okay. Just wait here and you'll be fine.
Why can't I go?
Sorry? There are just surgeries going on at the moment. That's okay. It's okay. Can I get a hand from someone?
Fine, we're going to have to go.
If Garfield gets any more stress, he's going to go into a fair bit of shock.
Yeah. Let's take a seat and I'll come through as soon as Chris will look after you.
I'll keep you informed.
Oh, absolutely. You go take
Rita,
a seat.
it'll be okay.
Yeah,
it'll be okay.
absolutely.
We've just got to keep him as calm as possible because he's going to put something into his vein right now. It's going to make him feel a lot better.
All right.
Garfie's biggest problem is the fact he's in shock. Obviously, going through what he has gone through, his whole system's just gone into overload. Now, what we're trying to do right now is trying to support his circulation. You can see he's shaking and he's very pale. He's very weak as well. In addition to that, he's lost a lot of blood. He may be losing blood internally right now. If the shock plus the blood loss combine together, they're going to form a deadly combination. It's all right, buddy. But it's really hard. It's really hard. This is a supremely strong anti-inflammatory, which is going to help to really reverse the effects of any inflammation and hopefully limit any blood loss internally as well. By putting it into his drip line, it goes straight into his vein, which should mean it's in his circulation about now. He's just stressing.
7-year-old Garfield has been savaged by another dog. Internal bleeding is Chris's greatest fear.
Just stick a needle into his abdomen here. Sorry, mate. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Good boy.
Just draw back. We are getting some blood here, so he has bled internally. The level at which it's just hard to know, but I mean you can see now it's running into the syringe. That's a pretty major area of concern.
Chris now needs to take x-rays to find out where the blood is coming from.
If he's ruptured a spleen or torn a liver lobe or a kidney, then it's going to be tough.
Is he okay?
So far he's doing okay, he hasn't
He's not going to die on here, is he?
We're doing our best, I promise you
Oh
that.
God, I can't lose him.
Make sure
Please tell me.
We're going to make sure that doesn't happen, okay? All right, you just please be patient. Take some deep breaths. You're probably in a bit of shock as well, but just try and keep calm if you can, Rita, okay? We're doing our very best. And he's doing his very best. He's fighting really hard.
He's a strong munchkin. He's strong. He's a strong boy.
He is. All right, you just keep strong, all right? You're worried, aren't you? Eh? You're not half as worried as your mum is, I can promise you that. Just relax.
Garfy has been attacked by another dog. X-rays will identify if the little terrier has any fractured bones or serious internal bleeding.
Broken bones don't worry me, they'll heal. But if he's got internal bleeding, that could kill him and kill him really quickly.
X-ray.
As if he couldn't have enough things going wrong right now, it turns out he's got a history of epilepsy as well. I'm certainly worried that this shaking could develop into a full-blown epileptic seizure. If that happens, then we've got a massive problem on our hands. In a body that's already stressed, the last thing we need to put it through is a seizure. So I'm going to give him some medication right now that's going to reduce the risk of that happening, hopefully eliminate it altogether. He's a fighter, he's tough. He hasn't torn a blood vessel, he hasn't torn his liver or his spleen. It's good news. For him to be in those jaws, for as long as Rita says, to be shaken and to escape without a broken bone, it's truly remarkable. He may be white, he may be fluffy, this guy is one tough little cookie. It's alright, mate. It's alright, you've been here before, haven't you?
Chris can now patch up Garfy's wounds.
Sorry, buddy. Hey, mate, it's okay. It's alright, we're almost done. The fact is, it could have been a lot worse. So, I'm really relieved, but I'm sure how I feel is nothing on how Rita's feeling.
So he's okay?
He's okay, yeah. He's just resting now. We're obviously gonna...
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're gonna keep a close eye on him for the rest of the afternoon. But right now, I'm happy with where he is. We've come so far with him, and he's come from a very bad place to now being in a pretty good place.
You're a gem.
No worries.
When?
He can hear you already, you know.
I know, he knows my voice.
There he is.
Oh, puppy girl. Hi, baby.
At the Bondi Clinic,
Hi,
Garfy's
Bobby.
made a huge improvement over the last 2 days.
That's better than any medicine, I think.
Oh, hello, baby boy. How's my baby boy?
He just loves you, look at him.
That means you're a real good boy. Yes, yes, yes. Look at him, he's laughing. He's laughing. Oh, God, he's in. Oh, look, you're a gem.
No worries.
Thank you for everything.
It's nice to see someone caring about their pets as much as you do.
He's my life. You know, he's so important to me.
The wounds are healing fast, and a grateful Rita will soon be able to take her terrier home.
They've done a fabulous job. They have saved my dog.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.